Oh, and okay, this is show what's the show number on it?
290.
293.
Whoa, yeah.
So last week we were postponed till today. But I hope everybody liked the way I did that. I kind of scheduled all the shows out and then let you know that that one was going to be postponed.
Yep. No, that worked.
Are we going to have a problem for Thanksgiving? Is there going to be any?
Well, I know I won't be able to make it, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I've got family coming in, so
Okay, so but it's not going to affect Tuesday.
I don't think I can get my 82-year-old dad to share a beer with us, so that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, so, I don't know what the problem is there, but sometimes they just,
Yeah.
they don't feel like having too many beers.
Yeah. Too many. One. Okay.
Although you do have some. I remember uh, when the ex was working in an old folks home, the doctor would prescribe a couple of the old timers in there a shot of whiskey.
Yeah.
It was a prescription from the doctor,
Hey, there you go. Doc says I gotta have it.
a
Okay.
nightcap. Yeah,
Yeah.
literally, they were
Hmm.
prescribed a shot of whiskey.
Cool. That's,
Pretty cool. I just thought that was the coolest shit ever.
yeah. Yeah.
I never seen nothing like that. But yeah, they were literally prescribed a shot of whiskey, and they wanted their shot of whiskey every
Yeah.
night.
Doctor's orders.
Yeah, doctor's orders. Oh, I got something from Bum. I want to cover real quick.
Oh, okay.
Um, apparently there's a problem with the question and answer, and I think that's why we didn't get
Oh,
question and
okay.
answers. He said he said they're putting in questions, and then the minute they hit send, it goes away.
Huh. Okay.
So that's probably a reason why we're not seeing nothing with the Q&A. Sent some more scans too that I'll share here later on.
Oh, okay. Cool.
You remember those baseball scans of the schedules and
Mm-hmm. Yep.
pretty cool, pretty cool.
That's cool stuff. Yeah. Very good.
So what are you drinking there, Mark?
I'm drinking the last of a 4-pack of New Holland Black Tulip Belgian Triple.
Hmm.
Um, was it 8.5%, something like that? Uh, oh, shit. 10%. I gotta put my glasses on.
Yeah, I gotta go glasses. Yeah.
No, it was a big one. 10.5. A 2014 vintage, and it's a pretty good triple. Very
Well,
tasty.
well, it's a Colorado session beer.
It's a
Yeah,
session.
that's right. Yeah, that's right. It's right at the maximum sessionable level. 10.5. If it was 10.6, then it's not session.
Yeah. Yeah, if anything lower than 10%, it might as well be 3.2.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, might as well.
Baby beer.
That's breakfast beer, man.
Yeah, that's that's a breakfast blend right there.
If you're not having barley wine for breakfast, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
okay. I see Bum in the Q&A now, so it's working.
Oh, okay. That's good. I don't see him, but let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay. Test post. It's working.
Yeah.
Cool.
And Rui, what are you drinking, my friend?
Yeah, you know the answer to that.
Yeah.
Super Bot.
I know, but I gotta ask. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
gotta
saying?
ask.
Just
Yeah,
in
super
case
boss.
it might be some random beer. You know what I'm saying? Just
Something ultra special.
Ultra
now,
special.
now, what does the October 28th vintage taste like as opposed to, early October vintage?
Much fresher.
Much exactly. It's a lot more crisp and yeah.
Crisp and clean and no caffeine.
Yeah. Last month's vintage was just that batch really sucked. This batch is so much better.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they were thinking in August, but
Yeah, yeah,
and to what do we owe this pleasure, Zach? You finally got some spare time.
yeah.
Yeah, just was doing just paperwork today, and just it kind of caught up with. I was supposed to be done with paperwork by like 1, didn't end up get done till like 4.
Yeah.
So ran to the brewery to pick up some stuff, and then it was just like, I'm gonna head out for the night.
I know that it's all business paperwork, but is this just pretty much business paperwork, or is it like paperwork that has to do with like keeping tabs on how much you're putting out as far as taxes and stuff?
It's everything. I mean, it's uh, like quarterly taxes are
Ah,
just finished up. Excise taxes are all finished up, and then, uh, but with all that, you have to track how much you took out of the brewery compared to how much you taxably made, which they can't tax your beer until it's done fermenting and into a tax tank, which is carbonated and everything. So
Oh
then
man.
you have to compare that to the beer that you brewed that isn't quite ready yet. So,
What to get the final number so they can tell how much to charge you, basically?
yeah, so excise
Oh.
taxes are based on how much taxable beer you
Oh,
brewed for that quarter, and it's not taxable until because they can't tax you on something that you can't sell.
yeah.
So if you have to dump a batch, that's not taxable.
Oh, okay.
They can't tax you on something that you didn't keg for that quarter yet.
So with dumping a batch, what would qualify as dumping a batch? Say inviting like all your friends over to drink the stuff before you actually put it in a keg, right? Like right out of the barrel. That would probably wouldn't have to count that, right?
Yeah, I mean, if it's a batch that you just and we haven't had one yet, but there's some that it just didn't turn out the way you
Yeah.
don't want the public to have it. You may save if it's a small batch, you may save a keg of it just for a staff keg to drink,
Hmm.
or
Yeah.
something like that.
But as long as you don't ring it through a register or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
what a and you're doing all this yourself, Josh?
yeah, I do all that shit. I do the payroll and the computer stuff and
Wow.
like all the taxes and stuff, and then um, Chad and myself come up with all the recipes together. He brews pretty much Tuesday through Friday, and
Mm-hmm.
then typically I brew on the small system on uh, Thursday and Fridays, doing
Okay.
collaborations or experimental batches. So we do probably 2, 4, 5, 7. We do probably 9 batches a week.
Okay. All
Damn.
right.
That's so you're not like Peter Griffin and have to hire a Jew to take care of all that stuff.
Yeah, right. Oh man, I can't afford it. But we're set to, with all the numbers the way they are, taking a little bit of risk going into the next year. By our 1 year anniversary, we'll be starting our expansion, um, which will put us at 700% production expansion in the
Wow.
first year.
Wow.
Damn, dude.
Nice.
Yeah. Very
Um,
nice.
Possibly even more than 700%. We're looking at 2 fermenters that'll uh, open up the possibility of not just. I'm in 3 restaurants up here right now with kegs that I can deal about 3 kegs every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But if I can once I get these other fermenters with the new brew system, I'll be able to do 2 beers and bombers to liquor stores in the probably like 10 liquor stores in Denver
Mm-hmm.
um, per season. So I'll do a flagship beer that's year round, and then I'll probably do a seasonal beer
Mm-hmm.
um, each quarter.
Cool. So are you still a one barrel right now?
Yeah, we're a 1 barrel right now, but we're going into a 7 barrel system.
Ooh.
And so we'll have the way that it's looking right now, the expansion will be, we'll get the 7-barrel brew house, 4 to 5 7-barrel fermenters, and then 2 14-barrel fermenters.
Okay. So it'll give you like
Plus,
like 10 full batches to be able to ferment. Yeah.
pretty much. So,
Yeah.
but we'll also keep all of our 2-barrel fermenters in the 1-barrel system, and that's what we'll do most of our seasonal stuff.
Oh,
And
okay. Cool.
we'll change our small batch stuff. Will go from 10-gallon batches to 1-barrel batches.
Okay. Sweet.
So, just got to try to keep up with the beer, man.
I
People
gotta
have
admit, that just
drinking
made my head hurt hard. Like, all them rocks
That's-
right now are just.
That's what my face feels like all the time.
But what it comes down to is things are going well, and that's
Yeah.
Things have been going really well. I mean, the response of the beer has been really good.
Yeah.
People really want the beer. A lot of restaurants want the beer, and that's why we have to expand. Is I can serve so much out of my tap room, but I need the ability to sell 30 to 40 kegs a month outside of the brewery.
Yeah.
30 would be my start goal. I'd like to get up to 50 out of there a month into restaurants and stuff. But
now, what do you think, Zach, is a safe growth level before things are compromised here? Before before you start getting haters that say, I remember when he first started a year ago. Hello.
oh, I mean,
And the beer was like this.
I don't think you hit that until you start, hiring CFOs and CEOs and anything that starts
Whatever
with
else.
C, any of the C abbreviations.
Yeah.
When you're just labeled as a president, but then you have a CEO, a CFO, and all that kind of stuff, and then you're hiring. When Chad and I are no longer brewing, and you're just hiring out to other brewers, I think that's when you find that. But I don't see that ever really happening.
Yeah. Right now, you're just at a point where you just need that initial jump. If you go from a 1-barrel to a 7-barrel, I mean, there's a 700% growth right there.
So one barrel is 2 kegs worth of beer.
Yeah.
7 barrels is 14 kegs worth of beer.
Yeah, that's a big
So
difference.
being able to brew that at one time, is very helpful.
Yeah.
But it's been good. I mean, we're tapping pretty much 3 new beers every weekend. I think this weekend we'll tap 65, 66, and 67 of varieties of beer that we've sold so far.
Wow.
So we're almost to 70 different beers that have been sold.
Damn.
I've got this weekend we're tapping Imperial Irish, or not an Imperial Irish, just an Imperial Stout that used 12 pounds of fresh hops in the barrel. So it'll be a hoppy Imperial Stout.
Okay.
I got an Autumn Amber Ale, which if you've ever had Breckenridge's Autumn Ale, that's one of my favorite beers of all time.
Yep.
I love the caramely, biscuity earthiness of it.
Yeah.
So it's real similar to that with a little bit more caramel, I think.
Mhm.
And then we're also tapping just a nice, easy drinking Scotch ale.
Mm.
But on Saturday, we're actually releasing our first Firkin, so we'll release 4 beers this weekend.
Mm.
For the Firkin, we did our Northern English Mild, which is kind of like a light porter, full of toffee and caramel and roasty notes, but pretty light, 5%. We dry hopped it with a sandwich bag full of chopped fresh habaneros.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Nice. Now were they were fresh habaneros? You didn't roast them.
I didn't roast them; they were fresh. I got them from my brother's garden, and we threw them in the Firkin.
Ooh. It's gonna have a little
So
bit of a
it'll,
bite to it. Yeah.
yeah, but I think habaneros do so well with that roasted sweetness backbone that the malt is going to
Mhm.
give it. That
Yeah. It probably will be pretty good.
So how did that pumpkin beer turn out, man? I
I got
remember the.
4 pumpkins coming up. So we tapped last Saturday. We tapped the big one that was the smoked pumpkin smoked porter. So it was almost the same smoked porter that we did when we all brewed together. Um, a little bit drier, and then 50 pounds of fresh pie pumpkins that
Mm.
were smoked. Uh, but we didn't season any of the pumpkins. Just real light seasoning with a
Okay.
little bit of coffee on them while we were smoking them. So the pumpkin was really dull. Not dull, but subtle. And I love how it turned out because it wasn't that pumpkin spice. It
Mhm.
was more like straight up pumpkin with no spice, just a squash, you know.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
that was really nice. And then whenever one of the new guys runs out, we'll be tapping our Irish stout that'll have our spicy smoked pumpkin in it. So I cooked it with honey and cayenne pepper on the pumpkins,
Ooh. Mm.
which will be nice. And then I've got my wife's beers coming out probably closer to Thanksgiving. It's a pumpkin chai milk stout.
Oh,
So it'll be like pumpkin pie with chai tea and a milk stout.
yeah.
And
Mm.
then I have one that I have no idea what it is. I'll never find out, but I'm just calling it pumpkin pie yum tum because it started out as like an amber cream ale that we just threw a ton of spices and a ton of pumpkin in
Mm.
with lactose sugar and
Ooh.
Hmm.
a bunch of biscuit malt and lots of cool stuff.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Cool.
You guys, that must be a clone of Superbox Pumpkin Yum Tum, right? Really?
Yeah, it is.
Most likely.
Most likely, yeah. That's what I figured. Yeah.
And
We
and
got a
then you
few questions actually.
and then you said your did you
Yeah, we
say your
do.
wife came up with that with the
Yeah, that's one of her favorite Starbucks drinks. So whenever I say, "Hey, babe, I need an idea to brew a beer," she's just like, what do I like at Starbucks?"
Okay.
So,
There you go.
so during this season, she's like, "I love that pumpkin chai latte." So I was like, "Oh, pumpkin chai milk stout would be really tasty."
Oh.
So we did that. Um, had her down to brew that with us. Um, and it's just been really cool as everybody's kind of getting settled in. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we're still just brand new and still just trying to get settled.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm being able to start fitting. Instead of me coming up with 4 crazy, outrageous recipes every week to brew, I'm starting to do 1 and 2 collaborations every week with other breweries or media and
Mm-hmm.
like we've got an event on November 8th actually that we're collaborating with some of our neighbors. Their dog sadly got hit in front of the brewery by a car, a hit and run thing, but we teamed up with Denver Dem Friends League, a couple of food trucks and stuff, and we brewed a dark saison that's spiced with coconut and black peppercorns.
Ooh.
And we're doing a Kill the Keg event with the Dumb Friends League up here and doing pet adoption and all this stuff. And we've got probably 8 to 10 different businesses that if we kill the keg in an hour, we're all donating $100
oh cool
Nice.
to the Friends League. We just announced today or last night that November 16th is our first chili cook-off.
Hmm.
So we'll be tapping our smoked hatch chili amber ale aged in tequila barrels
Oh, okay. That's where that
oh
tequila
yeah
barrel came from.
for
Okay.
that day.
oh man
On Friday this week, I'm going to pick up I scored a Caribbean rum barrel that I'm putting my creme brulee imperial milk stout in.
Ooh. Rum.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
Barrick is having technical issues,
Oh, is
so
he?
he
Oh,
wants to let you know that next week he'll have a new camera and a new mic.
Oh, okay.
Sounds good. I want to hear about the new beers that he's been brewing. I haven't been around for a while.
yeah. He just got back from the Virgin Islands, man.
Yeah.
He was he was
He's
down
still
there.
decompressing from his week out. Was
Bahamas.
it 10
Yeah.
days? Yeah, 10 days in the Bahamas or something
He
like
was
that.
down
so.
there in isolation. It was just him, his wife, and a volleyball, and they were down there on their island. Hello,
Mm-hmm.
they've got their own island down
12 days.
there.
Okay,
Most
12 days.
people would do that and write a book after. He does that for vacation.
Hey, that's a damn good vacation. 12
My
days on the
God.
beach, hanging out.
My
Can't complain
12
about
days
that.
isolated on an island.
Yeah. So we got John from beautiful Dublin, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A few Newcastle Browns.
It's always good.
Called Brago.
I'm in the mood. I don't know about you guys and how the weather's been where you live, but I am just so deep into the dark stuff right now.
You want snow and ice and cold?
I don't want it, but
Oh, you know you want it.
I had
You know you
so
want
many summer beers that it was just like, I mean, when you're sitting there busting your ass and nothing but heat
it.
all day, and you just drink so much blonde and hef and pale and this and that I haven't. All I drink right now is brown ales and porters and stuff. Right now, it's just
Now, when is your salivatory Denver Broncos beer coming out?
probably when hell freezes over.
your special named Peyton Manning beer.
I'll be honest. If that dude wanted to come and brew a beer with me, I'd suck it up and brew a beer with him because
Oh, suck it up!
I'm all about I'm all about the bunny, man.
Man, yeah, because that one visit would have the doors busting open, my friend.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and, maybe if he came and brewed a beer with me, I wouldn't think he's such a pussy. But
Yeah, there we go. Calling out Peyton Manning. There we go.
come brew a beer and stop drinking Bud Light after you win games, and I don't think you're such a
Drink
bitch.
real beer.
Yeah, it's
Drink
hard to
real-
call someone 6'5" a pussy, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, but the thing about it is my wheelchair weighs more than he could ever think he does. So
Yeah.
I'd nail that guy like Ray Lewis. But no, it's that was a bad thing here in Denver when he got. He told after that press conference of the NFC Championship game that all he wanted was a good cold Bud Light. That was the wrong thing to say here in Denver. People were beating him up that he couldn't have even chose Coors.
A banquet beer, and he would have been fine. Yeah.
But if he comes down, and I'll teach him about craft beer, and I'll also teach him that Papa John's pizza sucks, and that he should eat some of the great craft beer pizza up here in Denver, and we'll get that boy on the right track, and he'll play for another 10 years. And
yeah.
I believe if you saw his contract with Papa John's, you'd probably up there with them, going, "Oh, yeah, Papa John's, yes."
Damn good pizza.
I love good pizza way too much.
Yeah, and there are a lot of good pizza places in Denver. Really, a lot of good art.
Mark, the next time you're in town, we're going to Black Sky.
Okay.
Black Sky is good stuff, man. Harry used to brew over it. He brewed at Breckenridge for 10, 11 years. Started his own place. Does New Haven style Connecticut pizza. and it's a brewery pizzeria, and it's
What
great.
is New Haven style pizza? It's got to be kind of close to New York Sicilian.
So New Haven is a crushed red tomato sauce,
Okay.
and then it is cooked a little bit hotter than New York style. So I think it's 700 something degrees,
Okay.
to where you slide it in, thin crust, um, doughy everywhere except for just a little tiny crunch at the bottom. Not crunchy enough to where it breaks, but
Okay.
to where it has that little bit of almost like I would say like a sourdough like crustiness on the bottom.
Okay. All right.
But their traditional pizza is called a Clams Casino. It's a white sauce actually,
Ooh.
so it's olive oil, garlic, clams, and bacon.
Ooh. That sounds good.
Dude, it's awesome with beer.
Yeah.
With a good IPA in your hand, and they're not shy on the garlic. They just it's a lot of
Loaded
garlic.
up, fresh roasted garlic. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not feeling the clams.
Yeah. Snails. Snails
I
would be much
love
better.
Save that for
Yeah,
snails.
so
If it
you
was
could
the
swap those
snail.
for snails.
Slug embryos.
Or
Slug
slug
embryos would
embryos.
be the name. That would be it.
If it was slug embryos,
We're
Some
gonna move up another
escargot
notch.
pizza.
then maybe. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But clams? Hello, really?
Yeah.
Escargot pizza. Man.
Escargot pizza, dude. Some people lose their right mind when they put a chicken egg on a pizza, let alone like
Oh no, man! Like
escargot. Imagine.
we have Euclid Hall here in Denver. One of their most popular menu items that you always have to have, if you can, is their foie gras French fries.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
That's probably really rich. Oh, yeah.
It is. It comes with like a duck egg and then the foie gras, like all over it with I think it's some cheese and some gravy, because it's poutine, Canadian style.
Yeah.
Man, duck eggs are too strong for me, man. They're like real.
I really like quail eggs personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, even quail eggs. Yeah, they're kind of like rich or something, huh?
Yeah.
So John wants to know how that Guinness lager was. Oh, he said larger, and then he said lager because he can't spell tonight.
Yeah, that
It's-
happens when you actually have too much Guinness there.
Yeah.
I thought it was a lot better than the black lager that they put out.
Oh, way better, way better. You can't even compare it.
It's still, I mean, Guinness is Guinness. It's a great stout and stuff, but I don't think the lager's like anywhere near as good as Guinness is. But anything's better than that black lager that they put out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought the lager, the blonde lager, was
Yeah.
definitely. I think it's a better blonde than Guinness Drought is a stout. No,
I would like, and this is just
I
me
like the extra
because
stout. I like the extra stout, but
the extra stout, but I could see Guinness doing that blonde lager really well with a nitro can, just like they do Guinness.
Mm-hmm.
that's what I thought.
Make it. My idea behind it was like
Yeah,
a Boddington's pub,
yeah, yeah.
With that
But,
lager. Yeah.
Guinness. Yeah, Guinness's take on that, I think, would be really cool to see.
Yeah, no,
I
you're
don't
absolutely
like
right.
some of the bubble. I didn't like the high carbonation of it really. And
It is. Mine's getting a little, but it's yeah, I think. Yeah, it's not the best, blonde lager you've ever had, right?
no, not at all.
But for Guinness, I think it's pretty damn good.
But if they put that in a nitro can, I
Yeah,
think it would
that
be.
was- You're
I
absolutely
think it would be one of the best ones.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I thought that was one of my first thoughts too. Was right, because if you don't make Boddington carbonate nitro, it kind of
sucks.
would suck.
No,
Right.
dude, terrible.
So the reason it's so damn good is just because it comes out of there creamier than all hell, and it is just really good with all that nitro in there. So it's
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this would definitely have a similar effect.
Yeah.
Definitely. but it's part of their Discovery series. So I'm wondering what else are they going to put out
Mm-hmm.
through this series.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I wasn't able to find any information on that, but they did make it a big deal to say that it's a Discovery series. So
Mm-hmm.
that would lead me to believe that maybe Guinness is going to start making more craftier beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might use that. They're brewing it at the Rolling Rock plant, so they've got the capacity.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Latrobe's got plenty of room.
yeah.
I would definitely. I mean, because Guinness has a lot of legs, if you will. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they're a big name, man. You know,
Oh
and a
yeah.
lot of people really like Guinness. I mean, you know, you go to any restaurant or something where they don't necessarily have craftier beer, and if you hear
You
Guinness,
get a gas.
yeah, you're like, yeah, give me a Guinness. You know, typically you name the big steakhouse, and they're not really going to have a good selection, and they always generally have Guinness. So you're like, yeah,
Yeah.
give me a Guinness.
Almost everybody has Guinness. Yeah.
Yeah, out here it's either you're going to drink a Coors Light, Coors OG, or maybe one of the Miller Bud products. And then you've got a Guinness, Stella, Fat Tire,
Yeah.
Yeah, Fat
and
Tire.
now Odell's has kind of worked their way into there
Yeah.
to where you
90
you
still.
you might see a 90 shill or Odell's IPA
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
I
in
tell
there,
you what.
or the other
Cutthroat
alternative is
Brown
going to
one.
be a Avalanche Ale or an Agave Wheat by Breck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, man? New Belgium's really come a long way. They're one of the few beers
It's
served
got
on
some cool
they're
stuff going
served
on.
on Southwest Airlines, man. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
And Joe, if you can ever get to some New Bell events down there in Phoenix, the Phoenix New Bell reps are some of the coolest people on the fucking planet.
oh,
The Phoenix New Bell, Arizona New Bell family are such awesome people. They really,
oh, okay.
really are.
Yeah, so you probably want to maybe like check out the Total Wine and find out if New Belgium's going to be doing an event and go down and meet them.
Yeah, Christine, I think, still works down there, and there's some really, really nice people that work for him. But Arizona Beer Week is one of the hottest beer weeks in the nation, I think. So
Really?
be
When is
on
this?
AZ Beer Week is usually, I think, March. It's real close to Bike Week, I think.
Ooh, man, I keep hearing about that bike week. Good lord.
Yeah, I do Bike Week every few years or something, but Arizona Beer Week is the head Breck guy, Todd Tebow. He goes down there every year for like 2 weeks just for Beer Week.
Oh, I keep hearing about bike week down here, though, man. Yeah, I
Mhm.
hear it's. Yeah, I hear it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So if they've got a beer
I'm
week
gonna make
to
it down there to
coincide with
Phoenix.
bike week, it's got to be off the chain, bro. For real, it's got to be something special.
I'm gonna make it down there to Phoenix when he says soon. My aunt and uncle live in Mesa, so
Oh, dude, because I mean, there is some seriously hot chicks down here, bro, for real. So
yeah.
I
it's
could
it's a fun it's a fun place to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna come down there. I want to check out the. I got family down there, so my family actually, my aunt and uncle both work for the Phoenix Coyotes. So
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Oh, cool.
yeah,
That is cool. Yeah, that's kind of good to know. Yeah, because hockey season's just starting, right?
yeah,
Yeah, it's. I mean, yeah. I mean, we still had. You know, we're still in the 90s over here, bro.
Mm-hmm.
it's nice. I think it got up to 60 today.
Yeah, it's. Well, oh, okay. It said the high would be 88.
Yeah, we got up to 60 today. 50s and 60s the rest of the week. We already have ski areas open.
Yeah. Loveland probably opened up, right? Loveland Bay Basin.
Bay Bay and Loveland, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
Cool.
61 was the low.
Nice.
It's that time of year when you're just like, you know what, man? Being a weather forecaster here, really? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Is it that tough?
yeah, that's a hard job. I mean, how do you get that gig? You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like, yeah, it's gonna be sunny.
Yeah. Sunny. Oh,
Uh,
really? Okay.
the only
the
I'm
rest
ready
of
for
the week,
cold weather beers. That's it. Like
yeah.
cold weather beers are fun.
Mhm.
I've heard some comments over here that yeah, it's I think the lows, granted that's at night, is 61. Sweater weather is I've heard
hmm
some references to sweaters and
My aunt wears a turtleneck all the time.
then
If it's below 100, she's got the turtleneck on. It's like, ooh,
yeah,
it's kind of chilly out here today. 98.
you see a lot of I guess possibly you'd see some sweaters with shorts and flip-flops.
Turtleneck sweater, shorts, and flip flops. Uh,
Yeah, the only thing better would be San Diego, right?
yeah, that's a that's a nice area. Well, I'm leaving the wonderful world of craft beer, and
Got some whiskey.
I've got a single malt here.
Nice.
Um,
I'm supposed to be doing a local whiskey distillery tour tomorrow.
oh, cool. What is that? Is that
Not Stranahan's.
not Stranahan? Okay.
That shit ain't local anymore.
They were the first.
You
They've
know,
got big
No,
time. Though, huh?
They got bought out by. I'm pretty sure it's Jack.
Mm.
in that vein though, you can we don't really talk wine on here. Wine and beer don't necessarily have a relationship,
Whiskey and beer do.
but whiskey
Yeah,
and beer definitely.
definitely does. Yeah.
I
So,
can tell you after Great American Beer Festival week, brewers drink a lot of whiskey.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Whiskey
And-
and scotch. Yeah.
And Colorado's a hotbed for craft. What would you
Oh, yeah,
call it?
we've
Is it
got-
craft whiskey, or what do you call
Mhm.
it?
Yeah, craft spirits, I guess is the technical term.
Right.
But we have some really good vodka coming out up here. We have really, actually, some nice tequilas even coming out. Some really good whiskeys. Downslope does a great whiskey, a great vodka.
You know what? On a serious tip too, Josh. I know. Zach. I'm sorry, Josh. Wait.
Oh, who the fuck is Josh?
I know. But I have been seeing a lot of tequila lately, like a lot of really good quality tequilas, and when you have them,
I think people have figured out that like
Wow.
you can make tequila a good sipping drink,
yeah,
but it has to be. Justin Timberlake actually owns a tequila company called, I think it's 901. Is it 901 or 902? I think it's 901 tequila. And
Okay.
I had that stuff about 2 years ago. It's like $9 a shot or whatever, but it's a really nice silver tequila that has a great peppery note. It has that tequila-ness to it, but it has a really strong white pepper to it. It was a beautiful sipping tequila.
yeah. I'm finding some really good tequilas that I mean, yeah, you don't need salt and lime with. You know what I mean?
No.
They just stand on their own. They're very good.
Well, and that's like some whiskeys you need water and ice with. Some you'd want neat.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sorry.
And then there's some whiskeys are for straight out of the bottle.
Yeah. Brown bag. Straight out of the bottle.
Yeah, brown bag, exactly. Yeah.
And you gotta pop that arrestor right off of there with your pocket knife. You gotta-
Now, let's be honest. The pints are made for winos. I mean, you're a wino. Come on. If you got to get a pint on your way home, you're pretty much a wino, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because the average person just getting at least a fifth, right? I mean,
Oh yeah, you gotta get a fifth.
if
Yeah.
you need a pint,
I mean I get like a pint for like hunting or something like that.
yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mark. I didn't mean to take away from.
Oh no, it's fine.
Weddings are great for pints.
That's true. Yeah.
You ever been to a closed bar wedding, man? It sucks.
Yeah.
That's why you got to have the emergency pint just in case.
Yeah.
or the fifth that you keep in your glove box.
Yeah.
A buddy of
Excuse
mine.
me, I got to go out to the car for a second.
I've done that many times.
Now, this is a really peaty Scotch. So lots of they call it the peated malt. So it's got all that smoky earthiness to it, and this would be a really good barrel. Whatever barrel this was in, this would be good for a stout, I would think.
Yeah.
Put a stout in here for a couple months.
Oh, man.
What kind of flavors you getting on that?
Oh, lots of smoke. Getting like real dark flavors, smoke, leather. You know, if you've ever eaten like a football, I mean that's pretty much what this is.
But it's a nice thing, though, right? I mean, it's kind of nice, you know.
And
Like,
it's got, I mean it's pretty strong.
yeah.
But it's got a real, I mean, peaty malts, peaty scotches are that's a strong flavor. So it's real heavy smoke, real earthy.
I have a whole bag of peated malt at the brewery right now. That if I was going to do a barrel batch, I would use maybe a pound.
Yeah.
That stuff is strong.
Yeah. And some scotches just try to load up with as much peat as you can, and this is one of them. I mean, it's so strong.
Is it almost tastes like I was doing a whiskey tasting a few years back to where the best way to I was taught the best way to actually describe something like that was burnt tire.
Well, now that you mention it,
Does it taste like a burnt tire smells?
Really?
That's actually a good thing in distiller's language.
you know, now that you mention it, not that I've ever like. Well, wait a minute. Let me get a tire and burn it and see what it compares.
Yeah,
but-
just go out there, do a burnout in your driveway, Mark, and then lick the tire and tell us if it tastes the same.
That's a pretty. I mean, that is a pretty. I mean, it's super strong. It's really smoky. It's super strong. I think a burnt tire is probably pretty close. My initial was just like really strong leather, you know. But I mean, burnt tire would probably be right in there too.
It's amazing because now I know once I start
Ooh.
going into cigars and
You probably get the same kind of flavors in cigars.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of, there's just so many different descriptor words
Oh, it's
when you get
amazing.
into it. So I've professionally reviewed all three of those: beer, cigars, and whiskeys.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't really intertwine any of the tasting notes because each category has their own way of describing things. Like cigars, you can say it's earthy.
Manure. You can actually even say manure.
Yeah, manure is okay. Or, but then you get into this beer, and you can say, wet grass and cat pee.
Mm-hmm.
And then in scotches, you can get into burnt tires, and I've even had one guy describe something as when a chainsaw dies.
A chainsaw dies. Well, on the label here, they call it gentle, quote unquote, peat reek flavors.
So try one that's not called gentle, and you'll know exactly what that burnt tire tastes like.
Yeah.
Say
I wouldn't call this gentle. This is pretty, and it says a distinctive and unique flavor. Heavily peated malt. Yeah.
That
Not
sounds
to
like
change-
something that, if you were on a road trip and you told someone you just peated,
Yeah,
in the car with them, they'd be pretty pissed off, wouldn't they?
it would be.
Not to
Like, whoa,
change
dude,
the
get the
subject.
pins or something. Come on.
I just wanted to let you guys know I put my brother's photography website over here in the chat. I know you guys are all photographied
cool.
out, but make sure you check that out because he really does some good stuff. But he also does woodwork, most of the woodworking for my brewery. And,
Oh, okay.
um,
Did he build the
I don't
the
know
bar
if
and
you.
stuff?
Yeah, he helped build the bar, the flag, all that kind of stuff. But he does. If you guys are ever looking for some custom frames for your photography, he has pictures of his. He'll do custom built frames. That some of them are just they're beautiful frames and
Wooden goods.
wooden goods. He's got
for
some frames, but
for a long time when I was still in Albuquerque, I was looking for custom frames. You know, and more specifically, I was looking for custom frames because I thought, what a way to, you know, bring in the local community part of it. You know what I'm saying?
highlight your work.
But
He's got some. He really has some talent with some of his photography, and I mean they've got
awesome, some great stuff.
They have everything on here from, you know, landscape shots to breaking and entering type things.
Yeah, now I'm gonna have to pull it up later. I can't. This slow internet here.
Yeah, he's got some good stuff there. Very cool.
Let me grab my Dales real quick before we leave.
Dale's Pale Ale. Northwest Moment in Motion. Urban Sprawl. Last Frontier. Yeah, he's got some good categories.
I'm just checking the photos he has on his main page slideshow, and they're very good.
Yeah, some very nice stuff. Yeah, makes me wish I lived back in Colorado. There's some. Oh, there's a nice picture of the coastline too. Very nice. I like that. Above tree line. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
Very nice. Good. I'll link to it from my website. That's a good.
Yeah, I'm still not able to pull it up. But it's
nice ocean stuff. Good.
This internet here is kind of hotel internet, man. What are you gonna do? Yeah, it's not exactly real.
Yeah. Zach should really link your group to his brother, so he can join us. That would be cool.
There goes one. Okay, I mean. Oh yeah, there it goes. Okay. Oh yeah, it looks like this is like a panorama or something.
It's a mall.
Yeah, Mitch is my brother.
Very cool.
Seems like a lot of these are super wide angle.
Yeah, I think they do a lot of the wide stuff.
Yeah, almost like fisheye type stuff. Yeah. Cool.
Lots of different stuff for sure.
Yeah, very cool. He's got some great images there.
I never got into photography. I always found it very difficult.
It is difficult, actually.
If you don't have an eye, just don't even try.
Well, and then the thing of it is you know, you get something in your mind, and it's just like anything else. Like, how do I? It's the same thing with beer, actually. It's like you get an idea in your skull, and then it's like, okay, how do I make that? You know, you get an idea for a taste in your skull. Like you have you're like, this might be good. You know, and it's getting that in reality it's tough, right? Like I can picture many beers in my mind, particular taste that I would like to get. But making that a reality is something you specialize.
Tough. Yeah.
You know, versus when it comes to portraiture, I could probably make that happen. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a particular
that's totally the same thing. That's why they're so closely related.
Yeah, they are.
There's some really good beer photographers out there that just capture a beer so beautifully. Whereas I can capture it with my mouth.
Oh my God!
Hands book table.
Oh my God!
Hey man, is your title. I can capture it with my mouth.
Does
There
your
you go.
wife know? Does your wife know about this,
Oh, of
man?
course,
I mean,
of course.
is this something you're gonna have to tell your daughter later on?
Yeah, you gotta have skills.
That's right. Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's show title right there, isn't it? I
There you
can
go.
capture it with my mouth.
That's perfect beer show title. Come on.
Yeah. Now, as long as he's capturing limeritas, hello,
Yeah, whatever it is.
he'll be all right. It
Yeah.
took us a long time to
Or
get
slug
limeritas
embryos.
in there.
Slug embryos.
Yeah. Well, we got slug embryo in there, but we didn't get limerita in there. We had to pay dues right there.
Yeah.
Limerita's screwing up right now, man. That apple thing is terrible.
Oh, dude, that was bad. That one's
I don't know anybody that likes it either.
no. If I don't like it, come on.
They need pumpkin Rita. I'm surprised they haven't done that yet.
I
Really.
don't think that it's starchy. I think starchy is bad for Rita. She just.
Well, I mean, what about?
And you want the non-starchy Rita. If you're going to have Rita, you want non-starchy.
You would think, what about orange Rita? You know?
If I was going fall,
Watermelon Rita. Watermelon Rita. I got it. Right there.
honestly, if I was going fall, I would go apricot or pear.
Mm-hmm. Rita.
Apricot Rita or pear Rita. I mean, both of those for fall would be great.
Mm-hmm.
What was that again? Capture that with my mouth.
Yes. Joe's there, Zach.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, what's the occasion that I show up and Joe's actually got a beer?
Yeah.
But I haven't seen him take a drink since I got here.
No, I'm milking it actually. Yeah, because I don't want to get too crazy with it. But yeah, I am a single man now, so
Officially
Cheers.
divorced. Yeah.
yeah. So it's
It's a long, hard road out of hell, huh?
yeah. But yeah, no, that is an excellent show title right there.
Yes.
That is.
Classic.
I can capture that with my mouth.
Everybody's got to be good at something, Joe.
That was
right. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
That was that. You know, and what was funny was I meant to. The other day I got cold cuts at the grocery store, and I meant to do that Icky Woods commercial, and I.
Oh, cold cuts. Yeah.
Oh,
Give
man,
me some cold cuts, baby.
Yeah. I love that commercial, man.
Yeah, he was really the first guy to do the whole touchdown celebration thing. The Icky Shuffle, they called it, right?
Shuffle, yep.
Icky Shuffle.
Yep. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, 44. Gonna get some cold cuts today.
Yeah.
I meant to do that, man, and I forgot all about. I don't know why I forgot. And then I saw the commercial today, and I was like, "Damn it!"
Yeah, you'll be getting cold cuts next week, Joe. Just
I feel like making another. If Boar's Head wasn't so damn expensive, I'd probably go right back down there.
yeah.
Oh, man.
It's gonna cost you like $10 to do that, Joe.
More than $10. I got news for you.
I dropped probably $100 in Boar's Head stuff the other week.
Yeah.
Boar's
Just
Head,
because
dude.
I went in there and I started trying stuff, and they had this 3-pepper ham.
Ooh.
It was great that they had a 3-pepper cheese that matched as well. Then they had a habanero ham. I love that jerk. That jerk turkey that they've got is really good. Man, they got some good stuff.
Yeah, they really do.
They had a horseradish pastrami that I had the other week.
Oh, dude, don't even get me.
I was just falling apart, almost crying in the aisle, going, "Horseradish pastrami, I love you."
Oh my god, they had this roast beef that I got. I don't know what kind of roast beef it was, but it was, you know, all good and drippy and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Good. And they just will give you samples of everything. You know what I'm saying? They're like, "Would you like a sample? Would you like a sample?" And you're just like, "Oh yeah."
No, not really. I do, but I really can't.
Give me half a pound of that. Give me half a pound of that. You know what I'm saying? Oh man.
Yeah.
This is gonna sound. This is insert joke here. Hard salami. I like hard salami.
Oh, the heart. The harder, the better.
Yeah.
Especially when it's just got some cheese draped over the top. With just a small squirt of mustard to lube it up for you. And Google just ran out.
Yeah. You know what? Now that you mention it, yeah, you've been here the whole show and not a Google glitch.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
I don't know.
What is up with that, man?
I don't know. It's probably because I've been threatening to stab Facebook in the eye for the past week and a half. Facebook, man. So Joe, I know you're not really a big Facebook guy, but I don't know if any of you guys have noticed, especially since you run business stuff through it, as far as your photography, the post scene stuff has went so far down in the past few months that when I opened the brewery, we had like 800 likes, I think, or something.
Mm-hmm.
And each post was averaging 300 to 400 views.
Okay.
Or seen by 300 to 400 people or something.
Yeah.
Like they do on there. We have almost 1,600 likers now. And my posts are averaging 120 to 200 viewers.
Yeah.
And it's all this. They want you to pay for it.
Yeah. They narrowed it down, and then if you want more, then you got to pay for it to get it sent out to more people.
I have had major beef with Facebook, and actually, speaking on this level, since it is the end of the show, I'll go ahead and speak on it. You have to be careful if you're trying not to make something too much of a business, because that's pretty much what they went off of. If I had a business or not, was to go by my Facebook, for Christ's sake.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, really, Facebook? How much of a professional business is Facebook? But you hardly use it anymore.
Yeah. I check it like once a week, and that's about it.
The thing now,
I mean, it's a great. We have so many great followings from it. There's some really great groups on there that follow some really good stuff. But I mean, I get on there even on my personal thing, and I follow these breweries, and I like these breweries and stuff, and I'll see, or these tap houses or whatever, and I'll see, oh, they're tapping that beer today. Oh, I have the day off. Or they've got this food today. I'm gonna run down there. I'm gonna try this.
yeah.
And then I'll look at the date, and it's from 3 days ago.
Yeah.
And it's like, hold on, why my timeline is on most recent?
Yeah.
Why am I seeing shit from Thursday?
Yeah.
Now they
Probably
changed
most
something.
recent comments on that post or something like that.
I think Facebook, they're just a bunch of dick asses.
Yeah, I really don't care for Facebook too much. Instagram seems to be where it's at right now. Like
Instagram's hot right now. I think Twitter's even coming back a little bit right now.
and that's funny too. Yeah, because Twitter does seem to be making a
Google still just won't change anything for the better. They've got something so great here with Google, but
and
they just can't figure out how to make it a community.
Yeah, Google Plus is.
It's still good. It's still
Get ready
good
for the show to
community, but,
stop.
Yeah, it's different. It's
They'll be kicking me off here in a second.
yeah.
What's the other one? Oh, Snapchat.
Keep talking trash on Facebook, Zach. You'll be good. You'll keep the bandwidth up.
Snapchat and Line app. I've been hearing a lot about those two.
Yeah. I hear Snapchat. Snapchat is all about just like, all right, dick pic, dick pic, dick pic, dick pic, dick pic. Like, if it was beer pictures instead of dicks, like, I'd be into that.
I honestly haven't seen any of that on there. A lot of people are, check me out on Snapchat, and they're, showing you different stuff of, like, their vacations or an event they're doing. You know what I'm saying? They'll be showing you an event they're doing, and they'll have, like, 5 or 6 clips of it. It's pretty cool. but it doesn't make me do it. I just will go on there to follow them. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
The real one I've got a beef with right now is YouTube. Where the hell's Mark's channel, damn it?
They deleted me.
yeah,
It's gone.
yeah.
Well,
Mark's gone.
I've been following I try to watch, but
I have, I tried to call, like, remember I was saying I was going to call the number?
Yeah.
The number says, well, go online. I'm like, ah. So I went online and went to their special form, and they sent me the same canned email. Oh, it appears that your channel is working. Please log in, and it'll be fine. I'm like, screw you. It doesn't work at all. So,
because you're a criminal, right?
I guess, but they haven't told me why I'm a criminal. They just, I'm gone. I don't exist anymore.
No,
Nothing.
this is actually a hologram.
Yeah.
Was it too much limerene?
I have no
Not
idea.
enough. Not enough, Limer.
So I sent him an email like on Friday. I'm like, basically, what the hell? You canceled me. You didn't send me any email. Just tell me why.
You know what? You know what I think it is, Mark? I know what it is. Just like the NFL and the Beats headphones, they want you to have Bose headphones. They have special deal with Bose.
No.
Google no longer has an agreement with Green Egg. And anybody that uses
That's where I
Green
screwed up.
Egg,
They just got deleted.
yeah, they've got a deal with Weber. And if you're not using Weber and you're using Green Egg,
Speaking of the green egg, I just got some awesome sausage the other day. Fuck, damn it, Joe's gonna want to get tired of that. Well, that one was right there, lob to you there, Joe.
Awesome smoked sausage off the
this
big
guy's
egg.
a good picture of the softball right here, man. Let me tell you.
That's what happens when you play for the Kansas City Royals.
Was it hard sausage? Was it,
Yeah. Well, anyways, it was. It was a.
Was it lots of seaweed on the end of that sausage?
It was a smoke. They made it with pork and pumpkin sausage that they ground in some of our smoked porter into, and it was really tasty.
Oh,
When you bit into it, did it squirt out?
Actually, no, it was pretty pleasant.
pleasantly plump.
Joe's off the deep end.
Yeah.
This is freaking great. Isn't it? I mean, you cannot describe beer, food.
Oh no, you can't without getting into trouble.
Well, that's just like I was going to tell you about how I was eating this taco the other day, and it ran all the way down to my elbow.
Yeah. Nothing like juicy tacos.
Exactly.
Just a little crunch.
Yeah, with just a little crunch. Yeah.
Oh man.
That is hilarious. Dude.
Uh,
Okay. Well, we better end this one, man.
yeah, end this train wreck before we head up into the
Exactly.
canyon.
Hey, thanks, Rui, man. Thanks for jumping
No
in.
problem.
I appreciate it. Thank you, John, from overseas as well, for
Yep,
jumping
Dublin.
in.
And Frenick, no, I have not tried Wainwright. It must be an English beer, maybe? I don't know. Have you tried No, you've only tried Superbock, Rui, so I guess.
Yeah.
Is
And
Superbock
Cyprus to
make-
compare to know what is good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, man, that is funny as hell.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but
Gotta
thanks, man.
juggle the sausage till they hit the pot.
That's right. Yeah,
Okay, guys. Well, thank you.
yeah good show, man.
for coming up, man.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Rui.
See you next week. See
Later.
ya.
Good one.
Bye.
Bye.